please like and subscribe.
Hello, Collective. Welcome to your reading. Collective, this is a general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in, so you might not resonate with the whole reading. Whatever you do resonate with, take what you need and leave what you don't. I could be picking up on your energy or on the energy of someone who's in your energy. So if it doesn't feel like I'm speaking about you, please switch the energies around. Creator, Holy Spirit of the Most High, Great Mystery, Great Spirit, grandmothers and grandfathers, ancestors, all of the highest realm, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High and of the highest realms for the highest good of the collective. Thank you. The highest good that does harm to no one. Thank you. Okay, here we go, you guys. Are you ready? Ooh, covenant. Many masks, the authentic self. Straddling worlds, wandering between the realms. And what's on the bottom of the deck is Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Wow, okay, so Feast of Plenty, like, okay, we're in a very abundant universe, we're in a very abundant planet, very abundant people, very abundant humanity within ourselves. I'm feeling like karma is happening to somebody. You or somebody else, could be good karma, bad karma, I don't know, but choices and their consequences. I feel like for some, it's very good karma. For others, maybe not so much. It's all balances out. With the sweet comes the sour, right? Can't all be sweet. And it can't all be sour either. Okay, so in the past, in the recent past, you or somebody else came into a sacred contract, a new covenant with yourself of sovereignty. This is like a new contract. I feel like you've broken out of the contract with the group, with the family, workplace, whatever this was in the past, whatever your covenant was in the past. I'm feeling like this is different. This is different. This is, I'm hearing holy, because it's holy, WHOLLY. And that's what makes it holy, HOLY. So yes, you've had some sort of an integration with the real, true, sovereign, and authentic part of yourself. And this is what this covenant is. Many masks, the authentic self. I feel like you are we all are. We're all puppet masters to archetypes. Or are they the puppet masters and they're employing us? You know, archetypes are living universal forces. You know, Carl Jung speaks about this, about what does he say? The transference. He says to have the transference of the magician archetype is life-changing. You know, often people just think about it and think that that's the transference. Like, okay, at one level, yes, at a very thoughts, mental level, absolutely, yes, but it hasn't really touched you yet. And when the transference of that energy, of those archetypes, when they touch us, it changes our lives. It changes our lives. Can be seismic in the best of ways, in the best of ways. So this is what I'm seeing for you, is that you are. Okay, so welcome to the higher dimensions of tarot, okay? My channel is not going to be a lot about, like a bunch of gossip. Although that's not to say that gossip's not going to come into the readings. We are dealing with humanity. But a lot of times my readings, this spirit is focusing on the higher dimensions within you, that is calling you, and you're answering. You know who you are in the midst. This is a master number. Number 38 breaks down to an 11. 11 and a master is a master number. Master numbers are powerful because they're the only number in the numerological system that when it's broken down to its final number, that final number doubles. Okay, so this becomes a 4. 4 could be home and personal history on the zodiac chart, on the astrological chart. Or maybe the number 4 is significant to you in some other way. Or maybe the 38 is significant to you in some way. But either way, I'm feeling that this new contract with you is about you. See how this is even facing toward you. Yes, and it brings you into the future energies, which is number 52, which breaks down to a 7. Straddling worlds, wandering between the realms. I feel like, holy creator, how do I say this? Spirit, how do I say this? You got your wings. They're saying you got your wings. You've not only got your wings, but you have graduated. Yes, you're going to be obviously coming back into the 3D, but I feel like you're shifting between paradigms. You're between paradigms. You will be going between paradigms in the future. Whatever new contract you have begun in the past, it's because of your connection to yourself. And this is now. Even in the future, this will still be now. And now, and now. Do you see what I'm saying? It'll always be now because it's with you, your authentic self. You can only access the authentic self in the now. You can only access it in the now. You can't access the authentic self, the sovereign self from the past. You can work toward it, but coming into the now requires incredible self-awareness and radical acceptance. Beautiful, precious, radical acceptance. And that's what I feel is you're becoming aware of the archetypes that you do have transference with. That you do. See, whoever I'm speaking to, you are higher dimension. This reading is not going to be for everybody. A lot of people are not aware of the subtle shifts of energy between archetypes, between archetypal forces that we often just mistake as ourselves until we break them down and look at them and actually look at them through the lens of Jungian psychology or through archetypes, What is an archetype? Let's look it up. What is an archetype? A very typical example of a person, of a certain person or thing. It is also a recurrent symbol or motif in literature, art, or mythology. Like you take a look at the Bible, that is from cover to cover, including the Christ, is archetypes. Okay, can you hear what I'm saying? When we take it literally, that's when we lose the meaning. That's when we miss the point. It's getting into the symbolism, and that's archetypes. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, Creator, what is the covenant? What is the covenant? Oh my goodness. The first card that came flying out is the star. And she landed face up, right side up, everything. She wants to be seen, proclaiming herself. This energy in you wants to be seen, wants to be acknowledged and accepted. Like you have graduated, you have completed. Yes, you have graduated. Your Six of Cups in reverse. The card, very holy smoke, you have endurance. You have endurance. Not only that, but resilience. Carp are very resilient fish. And you are, not only are you resilient, but you are also incredibly independent. And with this new covenant and new sacred contract, you didn't sabotage it. You didn't even try to sabotage it. Whatever, that's what I mean. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are higher dimensional. You have done the groundwork on yourself and the spiritual work in the higher dimensions of your own psyche. Like, when you get into new growth, you don't sabotage it. You don't try to fuck it up. It's like climbing a mountain. You have resolved certain conspiracies against yourself. You have resolved or healed, come through, moved through, overcome, resolved, healed certain conspiracies against yourself that kept you always walking out on yourself, which you no longer do, or walking out on your projects or on something, but you no longer do. Am I taking these? Yes. Okay. Okay, I feel like this is speaking of many different people. I don't feel like it's just one group of people. I feel like this is overall. And I feel like you are in gratitude of these people because you have come through something huge, some sort of healing, that you have moved on. You've left people behind and now they're showing up. And this isn't just one group of people. This isn't just a family or just a workplace or just friends. Like, no, this is just, okay, that's what they're saying. The energetic signature, the overall energetic signature of the people, many of the people, the majority of the people that you've left behind. Okay, people that were in King of Cups in reverse. So people, and I'm feeling that people that were not committed to their growth. They were people that were just not kind, just very hardened, not kind people, not very aware, not in touch with their hearts, and they had matured that way. They had advanced in age without ever healing themselves. And this is why they're a king in reverse, is because they're like the shadow. They're like the shadow of the King of Cups. They're the shadow of the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is very fierce in nature with a calm exterior, very solid, very artistic, compassionate also too, very controlled and balanced. And someone is the opposite of that, the shadow of that lives in the shadow, very passive aggressive. But whoever this is authoritative. They're authoritative, which makes them like merciless. Somebody in authority should be passing down the mercy. So this is not just one person, as I said. This represents part of an energetic signature of a group of people. The Page of Swords, people that were all talk, very manipulative and all talk and deceptive. They deceive themselves before they deceive you. They believe their own lies. They believe their own lies. I'm seeing it as counterfeit to truth. Counterfeit to truth. But that will sustain, lies will sustain, that's what. Lies sustain us until we awaken in them, until we realize that there's something's off. Like, I used to be okay with this, but I no longer am. What the hell's going on? There's just something wrong with me. And then, often this will launch a person into counseling or go and talk into a professional or, like an older neighbor or somebody that knows more. And often you'll be like, no, you're not crazy. You're totally right. You're totally right. You're right where you're supposed to be. And you lost confidence in these people. That's why you're in a new contract. You didn't shatter their confidence. Your confidence in them was shattered. They're still living their lives being toxic and lying, cheating, stealing, whatever the hell they're doing, but you know the truth. You know the truth, and you didn't sabotage it. You did not sacrifice the truth. Okay, before I did this reading tonight, I got a message. This is basically along the lines that only a true sage knows that it's through self-sacrifice that through sacrifice can the community be preserved. And like a bridge over troubled water, you knew you couldn't change them. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. And you sacrificed your relationship to them. You sacrificed your relationship to them in order to move on, but also to let them go. You're seeing who they are. Whoever these people are, and I feel like it's many different people for many different of you, but you sacrificed your comfort zone in your relationship with them, even but probably wasn't all that comfortable, and also their comfort zone in you made that sacrifice to serve everybody, because to stay would have just been like subtle violence, when you're not happy in the relationship, you feel that. I'm sure they feel that too. They're on the other end of that cord. So trying to keep something alive that you just don't want to be a part of anymore. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why you are in a new covenant, is because your star is looking right toward the work you have done. You moved on. You didn't move forward in spite of, how do I say this, Creator? Yes. Ooh, that's even more. Okay, holy smoke. Okay, you moved forward. But you didn't move forward in spite of your resistance to these people. You moved forward through your resistance to these people. That's what I mean. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are a master. You are a master. Because most people don't move through themselves. They blame it on them. They blame it on the other person, and they want to get into the drama. But whoever you are, you did not move forward in spite of your resistance to them. You moved forward through your resistance to them. And I'm not going to explain that. If you connect with this, I don't have to explain that. I'm not going to explain that. This is dimensional. You either know it or you don't. What's on the bottom? Okay, there you are. That brought you out of a Ten of Swords. There's the resurrection. There's you emerging from your own underworld because you went through the underworld. Oh, are you kidding me? Who are you? This is incredible. What an honor to read this. Like, what? Okay. So when you come out of a Ten of Swords, it's a healing. It's you're very eloquent. You have eloquence now. Your life will never be the same because of what you've come through, because you came through you went through something within yourself. You allowed room for it, and it brought you out of a Ten of Swords because you released yourself. They didn't release you because they changed and made your world easier. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You went through you, disconnected with them, and made your world easier. Oh my gosh, this is just absolutely, this is mastery. This is absolutely mastery. Am I taking these? Yes, okay. These popped out right away. What? Yes, okay. Holy smoke. Yes, the transference of energy, of archetypes. Even betrayal is archetypal. And the transference of that energy is very real. It is very real. You can't think your way through that. You can't think your way through that one. When someone has betrayed you, that's not something you can ascend into the higher dimensions. Often it descends you into the underworld of anxiety, self-doubt. Oh my God, it's awful. I've been there. It's awful. Been there many times. It is horrific. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh. So someone that has had authority over you, and I feel like this is connected to these people, that the energetic signature, but maybe not. Maybe it's somebody else entirely, but somebody you know better than I do. But somebody with authority over your life who had betrayed you. Yes, you doing this work to overcome this, knowing yourself, is a betrayal to somebody else. Isn't that interesting that your commitment to yourself is a betrayal to someone else? See, that's how psychologically and emotionally enmeshed that many people are, and it's not healthy. But if that's what is, then to me, whoever's enmeshed is under contract to be enmeshed until you're not anymore. That's just how it is. That's how it is, like that's just how it is. I don't know how to explain that anymore. The truth is what is. When you're enmeshed for a reason, because there's something in you that is supporting it until it no longer works. And then you get out of being enmeshed, and then you'll never ever be enmeshed again, because you remember what it's like. So that was a contract. But you coming out of this enmeshment with whoever is a betrayal to them, a stab in the heart, abandonment, betrayal, shame. It's a tower. judgment. Yes, your connection to you. Your connection first and foremost to you that will magnetically draw in others of the same spirit, of the same mind, of the same soul. Yeah, because whoever this was, this authority, they no longer have authority over you. They no longer affect you. Yeah, there's an ineffectiveness. You even see them now as immature. Like you've grown so much because of the work that you have done. That looking now at this emperor now, they used to look so big and mighty and powerful to you and that they could do anything. And now you look at them after the ground you've covered and after the consciousness and expansion that you have done. And you look at this person who hasn't really grown. They haven't shifted because they haven't really had to. They're not walking your path. They're not walking your path. They're on their own path. And I don't feel like it requires them to introspect and heal and ascend the way that you are. But you look at them and you see them as like, oh, how could I think that you were so huge and mighty when you're just this sad little person, that's kind of become a big fish in a little pond because it makes you feel important and powerful, and that's totally great. And you're bigger than them. They know you're bigger than them, but you don't really give a shit. You're like, I don't care. I'm not here to have like like an ego measuring thing or whatever, or to see who's got more clout or more status. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? That is fleeting. It's fleeting. It's there today, gone tomorrow. But when it's real, that's when it's lasting. That's when it's loyal. That's when it's true. Okay, Creator, what is straddling worlds? What is straddling worlds? Yes, I feel like I said at the beginning, karma, when you honoring you, you're no longer focused on punishing these people or karma, whatever karma's doing, if anything, whatever, that's not your concern anymore. You're not focused on that anymore. You have let go. You have elevated into another dimension in yourself and in your world. And the work you have done, the decision you have made is what has executed karma, is what is executing karma. It's like even if you were to pray to the Creator and say, I've forgiven this person, please don't have karma on them. And the Creator would answer you from the energy I feel in this card and the Tower, both of these together. I feel the Creator speaking back to you, or the universe, the soul of the universe, or whatever your authority is, speaking back to you, saying to you, this is nothing to do with you anymore. This is between them and me. So it kind of lets you see a person's world who you were so enmeshed with really had their own set of karma going on that had nothing to do with you. That had nothing to do with you. Can you hear that? We see a person in what we see, but we're not aware of who they are with other people. We're not aware of who they are when they're not in our presence, the dynamics that goes on between them and others. Only they're aware of that, and so is the Creator, so is the soul of the universe, so is karma, so is their own soul. And I don't know if karma would be speaking, or the Creator saying that to punish them or to wake them up, because karma, sometimes it does punish us, depending on us. If we're punishing, then karma's punishing. But if we're unconscious, then karma comes in to to wake us up. No. Okay. Okay, what is straddling worlds, creator? What is straddling worlds? Straddling worlds. Wandering between the realms. So you're choosing happiness. You or somebody else was very burdened, but they're choosing happiness. You or somebody else is having a sudden awareness. I feel like that's you. I feel like that's what has gotten you here. Is instead of being hard on yourself for just being a human being, you are now accepting yourself, having radical acceptance, beautiful, precious, radical acceptance. And I feel like spirit is acknowledging that. I feel like you're being very cherished by your ancestors and by your guides, honored, admired and honored, yay, you're rare, you are rare. You are rare. Whoever this reading is for, you are rare. I don't get energy like this often. Yes? Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for the future energy that you're moving toward, and the energies that coming toward you that you're not aware of, you're going to be moving forward very, very beautifully, very smoothly, moving through yourself, just moving forward, trusting yourself. I feel like you're developing a new story about your life. It's no longer based on pain and suffering and all of that. I feel like, okay, this isn't going to resonate for all of you, but for whoever you've left behind, they're saying your story has changed, it's no longer reflecting their story. And their story, what you've left behind, is suffering without purpose. These people that you've left behind suffer without purpose. There's no ritual in their lives. There's no ritual. There's no connection to spirit. Graham Hancock was in Brazil, or I can't remember where he was. He speaks about this on YouTube, on a public platform on YouTube, but he says things like speaking to many of the the medicine men that make ayahuasca in the jungles of Brazil or in the Amazon. And he asks them, tells them what's going on in the Western world and all the political and pollution and all the horrific stuff that's going on. And this was 15 years ago. It's nothing like it is now. Okay. And even then the shamans looked at North America and said they have disconnected themselves from spirit. And that's why, and that's what I'm seeing with these people, is they don't have spirit. They don't live by ritual. They live by the carnal life. And I feel like that's why they're so friggin' miserable. Absolutely miserable. But you have made a new story, and see the white flower coming out of the cups, like you're sharing your story with others, possibly. For others of you, you're just sharing your joy of just being alive, of being you, of coming through what you've gotten through because you moved through yourself, not in spite of yourself. That is huge. You developed your inner samurai. You in the future, further developing your inner samurai as you are straddling the world. So getting to know your instinct. It's like you're in a training period between worlds. And you and spirit are, you're getting trained from spirit. You're getting drawn in to understand yourself, know your senses, know your reactions. Even the masters, they did a thing where they hooked up probes to like monks, Tibetan monks' heads, or like meditation masters. These are like masters, and then showed them, and these probes were attached to like, I don't know what that, EEGs, I think, and they would be shown a series of stimuli, like happy stimuli, bad stimuli, scary stimuli, sad stimuli, and they would be measuring the time it takes for their reaction, a trigger in their nervous system, to go from their brain to their nervous system, which is like, from their brain to hit their cells, to hit their body. And it was something like 1/100th of a second. It was like super fast, like instant. They couldn't. So what they found is that even the masters can't stop a trigger, but they can become aware of it and interrupt it. They don't have to follow it and be, oh my God, look at this problem, now I gotta fix this one. Like, no. They recognize a trigger because of the chemistry of it, and they can interrupt it and redirect their energy, redirect their soul, redirect their focus, redirect their spirit. Okay? And that's what I'm seeing here. You being aware of yourself, knowing your triggers, interrupting them, and redirecting your spirit. You are incredibly strong in your manifestation energy, very strong person. You have turned your back on your lack of courage. Sometimes, and this is more in the future, so it's like you're going into an unknown and you feel a little bit of fear about it. A little bit of fear about it. But there's also people in the future, that people who know you, that are also going to be, I feel like they're watching you. Watching your shift with the jealousy, and they can't make the moves you've made. They can't do the things you have done. They don't have the skill. They don't have the consciousness, the strength, the capacity, the will, the skill, the will. They don't have any of it. And they're looking at you like you are incredible. They will be looking at you not knowing, and not out of alignment with people that are also out of alignment with themselves, out of their own self-nurturing, out of alignment with their own self-nurturing. And I feel like that's possibly who you could be dealing with in the future, or people around you that are in already this energy, that will be watching you, that could be inspired by you, moved by you, also threatened by you. But also you, also, and I'm just kind of feeling, I don't know why that's even relevant. Maybe it is for some of you. Maybe some of you need to hear that just so that you're aware you don't get sucked into anybody's bullshit. And also you turning your back on your own lack of self-loving. You turning your back on your own lack of self-nurturing and self-loving energy. I feel like turning your back on that behavior, changing your mind about it. But I really do feel like this is somebody else, because I feel like you already have turned your back on this, and maybe this is, yes, okay, that's what this is. Okay, that's why I'm like, this doesn't make fucking sense. Okay, people who are not in this energy in the future will be seeing that you have turned your back on this energy. They will be seeing this, witnessing that you are a changed person. You are not the same person that they knew you back here. You are not the same person that they knew back here. You are somebody totally different. And a lack of courage on how to talk to you, how to even approach you. That's what that is. Okay, thank you, Creator. What's on the bottom of the deck? Yes, High Priestess, because you're a High Priestess. Holy smoke. This doesn't mean that you have to be a woman. This means the intuitive part of you, the feminine part of you, the part of you that receives vision, that receives the intuitive, emotional, okay. Air and water are feminine, okay? In the elements, air and water are feminine. Fire and earth are masculine. So air and water, the High Priestess, I feel like is feminine energy that pertains to the elements of air and water, probably pertains to all of it, but more predominantly to air and water because it's feminine. So the feminine nature of your High Priestess within you, the feminine goddess part of us, of every human being, no matter if you're a man or not, man or a woman. Every woman has the God in them also too. Carl Jung speaks about this, about the anima and the animus. Very interesting. Okay. And the other thing that they're asking me to bring in, that I was going to wait till the end of the reading, but yeah, there's some sort of karma coming in. But whoever you've left behind, I feel like you felt like it was a cult. And it doesn't even have to be religious, okay? I'm going to give you the... you can find this on the internet. This is a public domain. But it's the definition of a cult, according to Robert Augustus Masters, who is also known as the Ram. And he says that a cult, he says, I define a cult as any self-enclosed entity that is closed to inside dissension and outside feedback. And I thought, well, there we go. Isn't that most families, most social groups and organizations, and like, oh my God, the root word of culture is cult, right? Let's be real. Come on. So there we go. And with that is, and it doesn't have to be religious, okay? I feel like it's not even. I feel like it's not. But also that you got out just in time. You got out just in time. And I feel like that's like been your theme without you trying to. You find your way out of a thing at the last minute. Something comes in to save you and you're not even aware of it. You have no idea what's going on. But your own intuition steps in to like move you out of the way, to get you out of the way, to speed you along, to go this way, to go that way at the last moment when something's about to happen. And I feel like you got out of these people's lives. I feel like your wheels that had been set in motion, karmic wheels that had been set in motion in your life relative to these people had run their course. And that if this karmic wheel was going to go around again, I feel like it could have been very detrimental to you. But you got out at the right time, and these people are still on the train going around it again in their own way. And that's the other thing, is that the other thing that came to me about this, about the cult and scapegoat, the black sheep. I feel like who I'm speaking to is the scapegoat of their community, but you have worked through it. You have done your work. Oh my gosh, if I could emphasize that in all bold, great big letters, like flashing neon letters, like you have done your work that gets you here. That gets you here. And you're receiving good karma because of it. And like I said, karma's not punishing unless we are punishing. And I feel like the people in the past, some of them, not all of them, but there are some of them were unconsciously assholes, and some of them were intentional assholes. Okay? That were intentionally withholding truth, love, kindness from you for no reason. Maybe they were jealous, but for nothing that you had done to them. They were just being an asshole in ways that affected you in ways. Maybe not in big ways, but still affected you. And I feel like, and it's not that they're getting karma that they did this to you. I feel like I said, like I just said, like the Creator would tell you, this has nothing to do with you anymore. This is between them and me. So whoever these people are, they were part of karmic cycles that had nothing to do with you. So that's what I mean. You got out just in time. Can you hear what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to leave this reading here, you guys. There's no need to pull a Isis card. I think this is powerful enough. This is sufficient. I can certainly feel that. And you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next reading. Alrighty. Bye. If you resonated with this reading, perhaps you will like this reading.